Germany is synonymous with two great drinks, beer and wine. Today we're on a wine trial. We are in Boppard and we have been lucky enough to be here for this spring wine festival. It's held on the last Sunday of the month of April. So if you're one of those people who likes to plan ahead, put that in your calendar. So the vines are just starting to
Get their first leaves.
get their first leaves. And pretty soon they'll be covered with leaves and grapes and it'll be just magnificent. But this region of the Rhine likes to celebrate the first spring of the leaves and the first spring of it being spring, I guess. So
It's a beautiful day too.
we've joined a horde of people who have come up to experience this. Now, given my appalling history with hills, I'm puffing now. Logic would make sense that we have to go uphill to see these vines because they're all on the sides of the hills. I didn't think that through clearly, but hills aside, nothing would hold me back from this experience. There's going to be wine, food, and walking it all off.
Yes.
So it's sort of like one of those things that cancels each other out.
Yeah.
We can eat as much food, drink as much wine as we want, and walk it all off. This journey is 5 kilometres of vineyards, food and drink. So we'll take you along and experience this wine culture in Germany. So exciting.
We're Mark and Kelly, full-time travellers, proving adventure has no age limit. Travel in comfort without overspending and discover unforgettable experiences with us. Welcome to Grown Up Gap Years.
Okay, I've got a brochure from the tourist thingy. So I'm just going to hold this up so you can see it. So these are all the wineries that are along the way. So there's 21 of them. That's a lot of wine. You know something that makes me laugh? That wine places here are called wine gut. Wine gut. Like in Australia, we have men with bellies and we call that a
Beer gut.
beer gut.
So maybe he will get a wine gut.
Well, I hope not. But that's what I have a vision of, people with big bellies full of wine with a wine gut. But I don't think that's what it means at all. I think it might mean.
I doubt it.
Because it might even be pronounced gut. It might be gut.
Good.
Wine gut.
Wine good.
Good wine, maybe.
Oh.
We'll see. All right, we've got our wine. We've got a riesling. We've got a
Dry and a semi-dry.
dry. We thought we'd try something different. When we came into the entrance, there was a big stall there selling like wine glasses.
Yes.
And they had little holders and you could wear them around your neck and get crocheted ones and, very fancy. But we were too smart for that.
Yes, this morning I was going to get bread and I knew that, of course we knew the wine festival was on. And these people were carrying their own glasses. So I thought, maybe we should take our own glasses.
Yeah, so we borrowed some from our Airbnb. We're being really careful with them. But look, they've got like measurements on them so you can see how much of a pour, and you buy by the 100 or the 200. So I don't know which one's which now.
Oh, this one looks a bit darker.
This one's lighter. I'll try this.
I think that's a dry one.
Do you think so? Give me a swap. I'm like a wine connoisseur. I'll be able to tell you. Absolutely, that's the dry one.
It is, yeah.
This is quite fruity, this
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Don't know if this is my favourite.
No. I suppose we'll have to drink it.
Oh, we'll drink it. We'll drink it in the interest of research.
Yeah,
Just
go
to
on,
see.
tip it out of there.
I'll try my second.
That'll never happen.
So we finally got to the vineyards, and you can see that the little leaves are just coming into spring bloom. However, this is so weird. It's not on dirt. It's actually on, I don't know, Mike, what is that rock?
So it's a bit of like shale or something like that.
Yeah, it's so weird. Look. Anyway, frost in front of the vineyard. So it appears that when you do wine walks, that just like driving, you can end up in traffic jams. So we're in a big traffic jam at the moment. I'll show you. All right, behind us is another wine stop. Right, we're at a bit of an intersection. We're not sure which way to go.
Yeah, I know.
So I think we'll save our wine stop to further up.
Yeah,
And maybe go around this way.
I think so. We'll give it a go. It's uphill. Prepare yourself.
I hate going uphill. Oh well.
Let's do it.
Oh, we could sit on these nice seats on top of the vineyard for a while. No, we'll just keep going. Onward and upward. One thing I've discovered, you know how they say don't drink and drive? Well, mine is don't drink and walk. I actually can't walk, drink out of a wine glass without spilling it all over my face.
It's dribbling everywhere.
Anyway, so we're sitting down now. So we've come almost to the top of the vineyards, and look, I'm always whinging about how I hate hills, but this has not been actually a bad walk. It's been quite a pleasant,
When you
easy
get to
walk.
take in a view like this is pretty spectacular.
It is, you're right. And the vineyards, and
The
anyway,
river.
we've got another Riesling, because Riesling is the specialty of this area. Prost. I haven't tried it yet. Oh, I like that one.
That's nice.
I like this one much better than the first one.
Don't dribble and waste it.
Oh, right. So sit down, drink it like a civilised human being. This is a Trocken, Trocken, and Trocken means dry. So if you like a dry Riesling, and that's what we like, look for Trocken in the name. They get sweeter and fruitier as they go along. When we first started drinking, many moons ago,
Yes.
we used to be able to buy Moselle, remember? Moselle,
Yes.
and it was just called Moselle in a box with the big bladder
Yeah.
in it. 4 litres.
4 litres.
And we used to drink it. It was disgusting.
But we got fancy then and went to 2 litres.
We did. As our palates matured, we sort of got more money as we got older. We went right off those Moselles and those really fruity, sweet Rieslings. And Riesling really got a really bad name in Australia. No one would drink Riesling.
It did, because it always sort of went with sweet, didn't
Yeah,
it?
sweet.
Like you had your Moselle, then your Riesling. It's like
Yeah.
a semi-sweet wine. But now,
So what's happened is Germany's been putting out these really dry Rieslings, and Riesling's having a moment.
yes.
Riesling is my preferred drink, whether I'm in Germany or Australia or anywhere. I love a Riesling. So.
I think it's really overtaken the Sauv Blancs and the Chablis. Now it's probably one of the leading drinks, I feel.
Well, you're only speaking from your perspective.
I'm an expert.
I'm not sure if this story is true, but we have a really prominent Riesling area in Australia called Clare Valley, and I believe they were made from these original. They grafted the original vines from here in this area in the Rhine and took them over to Australia. And Clare Valley Rieslings are delicious, really similar to these. So again, Prost. We'll sit here. I won't dribble my wine down my face by drinking and walking. And yeah,
Taking the view.
taking the view. Perfect day. Delightful. So just to remind you again, this is the last Sunday in April every year. So if you want to come and enjoy this, put that in your little planning calendar. You can get glasses or you can get bottles of wine. before you commit to a bottle of wine, I just asked for a little taste. We just wanted to have a rosé and we were going to buy the bottle, but oh man, that was sweet rosé.
Just a little bit sweet for us.
Yeah, so they seemed fine about doing that. Now, this is not the only wine festival in this area. At the end of September, I think the last weekend of September, first weekend in October, they actually do Fire on the Rhine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we came to this, maybe
10 years ago?
9 years ago or something. Spectacular. They light the whole river up and something special. So that's another wine festival. This one is completely free. So all we're paying for here is the wine that we're drinking along the way. This is not an organised tour. This is just us jumping on a bus, ending up in Spey and starting this wine trail. And nothing's in English. It's not difficult to find our way around. We've managed quite successfully to do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, you just follow the masses.
Actually, that's true. But we've started this earlier rather than later, and that would be my advice, because there are teams of people coming in. You've got to hand it to the Germans. They always support any event that's going on.
They do.
Especially on a weekend.
And they love a drink.
And they love a drink. Impressive people, the Germans.
What an elevation up here. Have a look how high we've climbed.
There's the town in front of us, and then all of those vineyards. Absolutely breathtaking.
I've got one question here. How do they harvest these vines? Have a look at them. The slopes on those hills, you couldn't even crawl up and down them. If someone can tell us, I'll be grateful. Well, another bratwurst. I probably went overboard with the sauce. After about a 5 kilometre walk and a few wines, this is great. Cannot beat this at all. Oh, yum. Look at that. Beautiful. Yum, yum, yum.
So we've come, I think we're heading towards the end of the trail, but this is also the beginning of the trail. And it's just chockers down here, like insane.
It was probably a good move getting on the wrong bus.
Yeah, it was a good move getting on the wrong bus and ending up at that beginning of the trail rather than this beginning of the trail, because
this is where the free bus drops you off, I think.
we can get on that free bus to take us back in the other direction. But just be aware that the wine places at the beginning and the end of the trails are chockers. And come earlier rather than later, because this goes till sunset, and sunset's not for another 7 hours. This has sort of disintegrated from being calm and beautiful and walking amongst the vineyards and sipping wine to like a full-on
Freeway.
nightclub crazy town. So people seem to bring music with them and speakers and play them extremely loudly, really questionable music from the 2000s in English. And yeah, it's it's a lot. So if you're after peace, serenity, and walking amongst the vineyards, thinking you're all fancy in Germany,
Yeah. Go
come
early.
early. But if you want to join a party, come later. Hey, join a party. It's
and
great.
they're having a great time.
They're having the best time. So this is just advice from, to tourists in Germany who probably don't know anything that's going on. But yeah, early, serenity, later, party. Your call.
I'd like to see what it's like about 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon.
That'd be pretty messy. I'm going with messy. But
Messy.
anyway, the Germans can hold their alcohol, so maybe not. Yeah, so I think we might pull time now.
I think we've given it a good 4 hours.
We have given it a good 4 hours. We've drunk quite a lot of wine, and we're going to walk down and get the bus back to our home base of Boppard. So this isn't alone in a German wine festival. They are all over Germany, so keep an eye out for them. We only knew about this one because of our Airbnb host, and we're grateful to you, Bert. Thank you very much for that.
Bert, you're a champion.
You're a champion.
I think Bert's the goat.
But this was such a worthwhile experience. We hope you've enjoyed coming along with us, tasting wine, seeing the vineyards, experiencing the Rhine, and realising that German wine is so much more than a big box of Moselle. So we'll see you next time somewhere else in the world.